Coming in only 8,005 pounds, Chapararal bunkhouse coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. She's not perfect, but she's not dead. If you know anything about our videos on used RVs here at Haylett RV, if we see something, we say something, and I got a couple things to say about this one right here. Previous owner said there's a little bit of delamination on the fiberglass in the front nose area, but we don't think there was water there. Well, there definitely has been. The good news, it hasn't been like end of the world water penetration where everything's really messed up, but it's definitely going to be more than some people want to contend with, and I respect that. That's why we talk about it first at Haylett RV. And if that disqualifies you from this RV, I mean, man, we've got others. You know, give us a call. We'll shoot you straight, obviously. So, I mean, first and foremost,
This is not okay.
How would you think there couldn't be water when the delamination and the twisting and stress from towing has actually caused a void in the fiberglass here? Now, we're not going to leave it this way. When you take this home from Haylett RV, this will be retucked, this will be touch-up sealed, but it'll be that way. And there is some delamination in this upper area. Question is, where does it come from? Where does it go? Where does it come from? God, night, Joe. And the funny thing about when you're tracing down water exposure, you work from the bottom up. You start going upwards because water goes down. You tend to find something. You might have noticed the other side did not have all this extra sealant. So I think they detected that they had a leak here at some point, sealed it up. But it is watertight currently. They put a lot of goop up there, which is good. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Now, as long as we're up here, I figure we'll look at the rest of the roof. The whole camper, roof, inside, outside, whatever, it needs a good cleaning. I see where part of that refrigerator vent over there is cracked a bit, but I've walked all over the roof. There's no soft spots. I'm not seeing anything that's really concerning up here. Again, the RV has had a leak. We're gonna fix that little, well, not fix, we're gonna seal that little fiberglass crack spot, because there's a difference between fixing and sealing, and I want to make sure you have the right impression when you visit us here at Haylett RV. But overall, the roof is all right. So the question then becomes, well, what actually happened as a result of that seam failure? And at a glance, very little, and even upon further investigation, very little. Like, I started thumping around up here, everything is all solid. But what I did notice, and it's not even, hold on, let me see if I can, you see the bumps on the wall up there? Let me flash some light around. You see those little spiky things? Those are little mold spores. So there has definitely been water in the wall. It's solid. It's been sealed. It's not getting worse, but it's not getting better. And again, if that is a disqualifier, I get it. I totally get it. I respect it. If that's not, and for the right money, which when we get an RV like this with some history like this, we put the right money on it, you'd still be interested, well, then let's see what else we got. And the short answer is, there's still plenty of good here. Interesting, this is a bunkhouse made with a freestanding table and chairs. Usually you see dinette go along with that. And that little futon there is not the original factory sofa, but it works. I mean, there you go. And it's funny, like, it's easy to look at this RV and say, oh man, she's rough around the edges. That one sure didn't hold up. Keep in mind, kind of like Elton John, she's still standing, you know? There's a lot of other RVs that were made at the same time or after this that are no longer around. And overall, these Chaparrals have actually done pretty well through history. And, you know, you see, like, if you watch a lot of our used RV videos, you'll see where I have other Chaparral videos that have had some problems. But they're always significantly older. Like, if you look at the age of this thing, it has lived an expected RV lifespan. It's not flawless, but you know what? If you had a car that was this old, I guarantee you would have a ding in the bumper, something like that too. Maybe you had to replace a, I don't know, power wiper motor, something. Yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Time is the great equalizer, and overall, this one has done its job. It's an interesting wraparound private L bunkhouse, and if we take a look and open that up, you can see how it allows for some very interesting storage solutions. Although I really like how they handle that kitchen exchange with the window below those overhead cabinets. And since this was built before the age of flat screens, it has a really deep entertainment center that can allow for some good storage itself. Not to mention, right here in the kind of the main kitchen proper, some good drawer space that's easy to access. And then, I love this sink. So you've got one full-size sink and then one extra large farm sink. So instead of having, you know, 2 small sinks or 1 big sink, this gives you 1 big and 1 bigger, which, pretty cool. The one thing I'll say in all these older Chaparrals, ooh, buddy, wherever they got their wall border from, it sure did not hold up well over time. They always end up greened out a little bit. So, private bunkhouse and a private 2-bunk, which is not something you see very often anymore. The lower bunk, like you see the upper bunk here, we got the breeze window, that's cool. The lower bunk actually flips up, and there's it can become an exterior cargo space if you are so inclined, or you can leave it down. And notice how the deadbolt latch is actually below the mattress line, so the kiddos don't really want to, you know, can't get to it there. But what's also cool about this is, you know, kids take up a lot of space, and if we open this up, you can see it gives us a lot of good storage space as well. And good storage in the bunk room of a smaller RV like this, you know, that's hard to come by. Classic design with full overhead storage throughout the entirety of the slide out. And you might notice how the slide side windows, ooh, there we go, come on camera, they do open for airflow as well. Again, there's no entertainment system in it. Well, there's no TV in it currently. Actually, speaking of entertainment, this probably would have had some original AM/FM cassette player. Cassette player. I used to put my brother's Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses in my Teddy Ruxpin. Anyway, they updated it to a little bit. That's a little more modern DVD CD stereo that they got all wired in. Can you see some of the wires? Yes. Can you play some, you know, more modern music options with it? Also, yes. Now, we saw all the cabinet space opened up, but I want to give you a quick look at it closed before we zip our way upstairs. Older fifth wheel, older design style. Like we have a kind of a shared bed, bath, upper deck. Like when we come up here, that's a replacement mattress. I think this was originally built with a Camp Queen. When they put the True Queen in it, the foot area of the bed hangs down a little. There is storage below it. Both sides stand, like you can see the claws over there. We already kind of peeked inside of it. But if we get over here to this one, it's easier to see a nice little bonus dresser drawer down there on each side as well, which is kind of cool. Nice big viewing window over here, which I like. Now, classic design, we have a mirror privacy curtain up here for the upper deck. That's just how things were when this was made. It probably would never fly in a fifth wheel today, but it's important to remember to judge this one as it existed when it was built at the time it was built, you know? Kind of like a motorhome. That door kind of catches right there. So in here, we have all the wet stuff of the bathroom portion. Plenty of legroom here. But the shower is about 6.5 foot tall. So unless you're super duper tall, you're going to be okay. And then above the entertainment center, some nice towel linen storage space in here. Below all that, you see all that aluminum framework going on above and below and around that pass-through storage compartment, which is very decently sized given the age and the overall size of this RV. Big fifth wheel basement storage is not something that really started to track into heavy popularity for a few years after this one was built. Coachmen was really kind of ahead of the curve on that. The RV is 8 foot wide, so it's a standard body. It's not wide, it's not narrow. Is it half-ton towable is a question I think I'm going to get. And the answer to that question is maybe. It depends on your truck. It depends on the specific capacities of your vehicle. There's most fifth wheels built today. Most are not really half-ton towable. This is one that I think does stand a fighting chance because it is lighter. And if you look at the upper deck, there's no slide up there. So there's a lot less hitch weight as compared to a more modern fifth wheel today that usually has a slide up there. Although if you, well, I was going to say if you peek in the background, you might see an Arctic Wolf here at Haylett RV. Many of them do not have slides in the upper deck. But of course, the one that I see has a slide in the upper deck, just to really shot myself in the foot on that one. Anyway. Like I said, RV definitely needs a bath inside and out. I don't know how many owners it's had because there's no Carfax for camping. But one of them put a receiver hitch on the back and some wiring to do some doubles towing. And that's another thing I saw with high frequency on these used chaparrals when they come in. Now, when we were back in the bunk room, we had cracked that bunk door open right there so that you could see the storage. But remember, that does deadbolt, so if you want to keep that locked down, you can. Both bunk windows open for airflow, kitchen opens for airflow, and awning needs a cleaning, but whoo, buddy, that is a long awning. It is manual. Most people, you know, in today's world, again, we're so used to power awnings. Wasn't that long ago. A lot of them were manual awnings. It's kind of funny. Actually, right when I started getting into the RV industry is where high-end fifth wheels started to have power awnings. Just started to. And travel trailers, oh man, that wasn't even a thing that you would think of on a travel trailer yet. It's just funny how quickly this industry has changed. Either that or, frankly, guys, I'm getting old. I don't know. Anyway, give us a call. We'll shoot you straight, obviously. You need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, everything in between? Well, we do all that too. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping, everyone.